Nick Carlson with Dawson Manufacturing, home of the Mulch Mate, and now Truck Mate and Cart Mate. Everywhere you look, it's solid as a rock. So it can take rocks, and it can also, handle mulch, sand, dirt, whatever you'd like. But this is a really cool inside look of what it looks like when it's all disassembled. When we started the Mulch Mate project, I always wanted to do a pickup truck version, because what is out there the most of? There's trucks everywhere, especially in the United States. And so I thought, okay, I want to do the Mulch Mate for the big guys. I want to do something small for the little guys at one day. So before Mulch Mate, I was a landscaper. Started off as a 15-year-old kid. Started mowing grass with my dad's MTD tractor that was kind of like cattywampus and was just awful. I think it was a 36-inch mower. It was just a piece of junk. And I worked at a Maggie Moo's ice cream shop for, I think, about 4 months, and just figured out I didn't like working for someone else. It wasn't the rebellion. It was just simply the fact that I like to take charge. I like to be in control and control my destiny. And so I picked up the mower and started passing out flyers. I think it was like April of 2001. And I put on the back of the flyer, "Hi neighbor," just to trick people into like opening. It's a note from your neighbor. And it worked. And within, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, I got my first customer. And his name was Ed. I won't say his last name for confidentiality reasons. But the day I sold my business, he was still my customer. That long, for 16 years. So that was really, I kind of pride myself on that one. We did really good. I had no idea how to estimate or anything like that. So started out cutting grass, and then some lady, I don't remember who she was, but I do remember the address, and she said, "Hey, can you mulch?" I said, "Sure." Not really, but I figured it out along the way, and I did, I think it was like 7 yards of black mulch on my first job. I had a friend from high school help me, and I paid him with a 1-pound hamburger from Fuddruckers. I just had no money at the time, and so it was really cool. And his name was Nick as well. And we did the job, went to Fuddruckers afterwards. He ate the whole burger. He slam dunked it. And then ever since then, we got into fertilizing and irrigation, low voltage lighting, did all of it and grew it to a good sized company, a couple $1 million a year. So that was what I did previous to Mulch Mate. I also raced stock cars in the NASCAR series. And so my fabrication abilities from the racing and the landscape, woes and all the different stuff from that, you kind of combine those two, and well, Mulch Mate just goes flying out, I guess. All right, so we're here in our assembly area. This is Mulch Mate. We call it the big white box. We like to joke with that, but all aluminum construction. We have some steel parts, basically anything that needs support. These outer steel supports here are what give it its strength. Think of it like a shoebox. You take a lid off a shoebox, it's real flexible. Well, with these large wings, the cutouts to reduce weight, and these steel plates here, they actually help support it, kind of like a bridge. This is our tarp tube system, so you kind of see the internal workings here of the Mulch Mate. And so this tube is what the tarp velcros to, and that's what pulls the material into the unit and then kicks it right out the side. Nice features that you can see here. A lot of the components, as you can tell, are over on the right side of the machine. That's so when you open it and swing it open, the weight is nearest the hinge itself, so it keeps that weight distribution nice and even when you open it. All these wires are all made in America. You have the wire grips, so the system is sealed up. You can really pour a waterfall into here, and it'll run all day long. The cross conveyor system is our own design. We don't buy it from anyone. We design all these parts and pieces. And then you have the spring system here that I absolutely love. This system allows the bindings that you see here in the middle, when they cross over the rollers on either end, It keeps the system from stretching the belt, giving you longer life out of your belt, as well as it's just quieter. So it's really, really nice. And another cool feature with this guy is the belt only has 2 rollers, which minimizes rotation and parts moving, and then it acts like a treadmill. So everywhere you look, it's solid as a rock. So it can take rocks, haha, and it can also, you know, handle mulch, sand, dirt, whatever you'd like. But this is a really cool inside look of what it looks like when it's all disassembled.
So this is mainly just for, like, what size trucks can this go on?
Think of it like a 450 or a 550, even up to a 750. If you have a landscape body that you're currently shoveling out of or dumping out of, this is just basically a door replacement. You just unbolt your back doors,
Gotcha.
bolt this on, 8 bolts on either side, and that's it.
Gotcha.
So the cool thing too is that we have the dual pivot hinge. So now that the doors are gone, you can still dump with the dual pivot hinge, because this can actually swing all the way around, latch the driver's side, and dump the whole unit.
Nice.
Yeah. The napkin drawing was January of 2016. I was literally out to dinner with my father, my wife, one of the guys that works for me, and my uncle. And I just went to him and said, hey guys, I have this idea. And I think they thought I was kind of kooky at the moment. But we went home, and I guess for about 2 months it sat on the table, and I had no clue what to do with it. And so one day I just got ticked off, and I was like, Pop, I'm going to start writing this down. I'm just going to start drawing. And I started drawing. I guess that was probably March of 2016. And we had our first prototype built by June out of full steel or aluminum here in our shop. And then we officially sold our first machines in December of 2018. How did Truck Mate come about? So I knew Mulch Mate wasn't going to fit the mold for everybody. So Truck Mate was really developed because the Mulch Mate didn't fit that whole entire gap. I knew it kind of covered the upper tier, but the lower tier, there was still this huge gap I saw. And these smaller landscape guys, there's nothing wrong with where they're at, but they're fighting the same fight we're all fighting. That's labor. Labor is kicking everybody's butts, and you need a way to assist them and try to reduce fatigue, reduce time, and increase efficiency. And I have all the parts and pieces. I just had to remold, reshape what the Mulch Mate was. And so we took all the parts and pieces, and I thought, why don't we take your tailgate and just convert it into a cross conveyor? And so it turned out that way. It was kind of hard to mesh everything in a really tight spot without modifying your truck. Like, one of the rules of thumbs was you couldn't modify the truck. You can't take the bumper off. You can't drill holes in your truck. You don't want to do any of that nonsense. And so we had some very specific rules that we had to follow in order to make this thing what we thought would be a viable, logical product that people would be willing to buy and could buy. And so we feel like we've put together a really affordable, strong, quality package in the Truck Mate.
So this is Truck Mate. This is for your truck. So this is a downsized version basically of Mulch Mate. So this would be more up my alley, because I don't have a big dump truck or anything, a 550 or anything like that. I just got a 3500, which this would be more than beneficial for. So this is something that would be more beneficial for my business and right up my alley. What did you, what was your thinking with Truck Mate?
So when we started the Mulch Mate project, I always wanted to do a pickup truck version, because what is out there the most of? There's trucks everywhere, especially in the United States. And so I thought, okay, I want to do the Mulch Mate for the big guys. I want to do something small for the little guys at one day. And so basically I went to all the Mulch Mate parts bins and said, okay, how can I create something that's affordable, awesome, and works just like Mulch Mate does, but of course at that affordable price point. And so we developed the Truck Mate, and basically I always call it a picture frame of things that it has to have, right? You have to have a cross conveyor, right? And that's your tailgate. So this whole unit flips down, this picks up, and it closes. And so when you run the unit, I wanted you to be able to load your wheelbarrow from either side. So on this side, if I press the button here, the belt comes to me. And then if I go over on this side, the belt now comes to me on this side. And keep in mind, this whole unit right now isn't connected to the truck at all, so it's a self-sustained unit, has batteries built into it. The other big thing was I wanted to be able to take this cross conveying section off, leaving your tarp system here in place, And so you would actually be able to pull this tarp out and then load debris, dirt, whatever. If it fits on the tarp, it'll pull it out, right? And so it just pulls it out and dumps it on the ground at the press of a button. Now, of course, this belt won't be there when you're doing that, but it's just that simple. It's quiet, it's light, it only weighs, I think, 325 pounds. 2 guys can plop it on your truck in a matter of 15 minutes. So it's really simple. Think of it this way. It's our version of a Tommy gate, is what it really, really is.
I think it was on your Instagram, the one thing that I really liked about this was that you can, like you say, you could take this part off and then just let the tarp roll off. Like, you don't even need a dump bed. You can just let it all roll off. So whether you have leaves, debris, mulch, rock, anything, you can use that. In addition, and then you put this back on, then you can have that side conveyor. So yep. I really like, that's what was a game changer for me.
Yeah, for sure. And think of this too, being that it's only 325 pounds to the truck, if you did do a dump insert, you're losing all that capacity because you have a huge steel body in your truck weighing the thing down. It's lowering it down, and you run into DOT issues and all that nonsense. So lighter, faster, stronger is our motto. The Cart Mate kind of came along as we learned that, okay, we fixed the most labor-intensive job, which is shoveling mulch out of a truck. It's annoying. Even if you dump it on the ground, you're still bending over and shoveling it. It's a disaster, and it's really hard on you. What ended up happening was the wheelbarrows, pushing them and emptying them while we were doing all the testing became ridiculously hard. Like, we were going, this is stupid. This is crummy. We don't want to do this anymore. And so I have a very large property. I would say very large. It's 500 feet from my driveway to the furthest point where I put mulch. And so I thought, well, how can I get mulch over there faster? And so we came up with the Cart Mate idea. And basically it was just use the power source you already own. Don't add maintenance to anything. And kind of rethink the trailer. And so instead of pulling a trailer or pushing the trailer, just taking a regular mower that you sit on and the deck's underneath you to the grandstand. It's out in front of you. The mower, the mower deck's out in front of you. You can see it better. You can maneuver it better. It handles hills better. We just basically took that concept and applied it to the poly cart trailer, if you will, and then put it in the front and then made our own frame. Which the really cool thing is we can take the poly tub that's on the Cart Mate off very quickly with no tools, and we're going to have accessories that are going on top of that frame. So like you can have a flat, piece where you can put potted plants or a large tree or rocks or even a pallet of something if it's not too heavy, and then your mower is just propelling it. So it's really effective and efficient. There is the Cart Mate. It was kind of a pet project. I wanted to find a better way of transporting material faster, easier, utilizing the machine you already own. And so we came up with this deal. It's got the patented knuckle in the front here. So this guy allows, if you look down inside of here, you can see that there's a large black heim joint connected to a spine. And what that allows is that system to articulate left and right, up and down, pretty much any kind of articulation that it will ever see it can do, such as this guy here. I mean, it'll go as far as I push it. So that's a great feature. Other big thing was we didn't want to take up a whole bunch of trailer space. So the unit flips right up. It has a little spine on the back. The spine is back in here. Allows this unit to not twist too far going down the road. And then you simply pull your pin, pop your pin in place, and then that locks down the whole system so it stays free up in the air. You also have these legs here, so these are casters. If you want to get through a small gate or you just want to get these out of the way, you have this pull pin on the bottom. These nice T-handle pull pins. So you just pull them and then push up, lock them in place, and now they're either out of the way for transport, or if you have a smaller deck mower and you're trying to squeeze that tight spot, this guy will fit through pretty much anything. So that's a really cool feature. Really easy. Very little maintenance on the unit. When you drop this back down, I'll show you the dumping capabilities. So really, really, really simple stuff. You have a pull pin down here. And some of the little things we do is we always add a place to put them. So if you don't want to run them, you want to have some place to put it. You want your guys losing them, right? So nice rubber grip handles. Pick it up, and there she is. She'll dump right out. And then this gives you a really good look at the frame. So the frame is all 1/8 inch by 2 inch tube, 1/8 inch wall, 2 inch tube. The spine here, I believe, is nearly 1/4 inch wall. So that's really, really, really strong stuff. All MIG welded together. Everything is CNC cut, CNC bent. So the repeatability's there. It's really, really strong, really, really well made. And then again, there's no maintenance there's no grease fittings on any of the bushings. And all the bushings are the same. So if you ever need to replace one, they're very easy to get, very easy to replace. So once we released CartMate at the GIE in 2019, we had gotten, and still are getting, a lot of interest from distributors and dealers all over the country, honestly all over the world. These guys are wanting hundreds and even thousands of these units. So we're getting ready to go into mass production on these guys here, and hopefully we can pump them out by the thousands. That'll be a lot of fun.
Right. Awesome. Nice. And it keeps the material nice and level, right?
Yep. Everything stays right in the cart. There's also some pockets in the poly tub where you can put little wooden walls if you'd like on it, just to give you a little more volume, or just keep stuff in it like firewood, something like that. But it's all, I mean, it's a heavy duty unit. I smashed it with a skid loader the other day. I just wham, and I was like, well, it's really strong, so it handled it well. It was an accident, but it handled it really, really well.
Nice.
Yeah. We feel we've got some products on the horizon that are going to be fantastic. One of the other big things that I haven't really let out into public at all, we have some new technology that we're working on for Mulch Mate that will actually allow you to track how much mulch is being put down, where it's being put down, all automated, and then all will get sent back to your office, allowing you to keep track of your jobs as efficiently as humanly possible. And that way, you know how your crew's performing, you know your profitability on every single job, and then that allows you to schedule jobs in a cleaner, quicker fashion for the next year when you have repeat customers. And so big communities, things like that, you can really dial in your business. We're taking landscaping, which has been kind of crude for all these years, and we're bringing tech to it. So that's how we see Mulch Mate and Dawson Manufacturing. That's what we're hopefully see in the future. Mulch Mate is kind of the Wiggles. What are you barking at? Here, I can start over. Stig, come.